But that begs an interesting question, right? So a lot of businesses are driven by the investors in the business, they're, especially in the tech world and the SaaS businesses. And the pressure I see a lot of salespeople being put under is kind of driven by those metrics that the investors want to be able to measure. They want to be able to know, right, you've reached out to, I don't know, 10,000 leads this month via email, via phone calls, via WhatsApp, via LinkedIn. What would be your advice to a salesperson who wants to adopt the Go-Giver methodology and philosophy, but they're kind of feeling the pressure from above to automate things and go in the transactional route, if that makes sense?
Yeah, well, my message is more to the leadership to understand something that, nobody's going to buy from their salespeople because they want them to be able to give, metrics. And if you force your salespeople to do that, what you're doing is you're really cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're hurting yourself. Now, remember, doing this, selling as a go-giver doesn't mean it takes longer than doing it by just trying to make the quick sale. No, it actually is faster. The reason why is, again, if you're the type of person you're just focused so much on making the sale and getting their money, people know that. Well, not everybody, but most do. And they're actually more resistant to you when they know that you genuinely have their well-being at heart, right? Which comes from knowing how to ask the right questions in the sales conversation, how to discover their needs, their wants, their desires, right? How to add the insights that are going to help mitigate weaknesses and help them to leverage strengths and all these things. Your sales are going to come faster. But when you put pressure on a salesperson to have to account for every contact, that has to result in something, in other words, being an attachment to the results. No, it's hurtful. It's hurting their production and it's hurting the company's bottom line.
So then part of the message that you've got out there is around genuine influence. I'm would love you to share the idea behind genuine influence to people, especially with regards to how business owners and marketers can help build influence in an authentic way. I think that's been lost these days. I quite honestly, I just see so many people putting stuff out there that they haven't even written themselves, and then it's hard. So what would you say about genuine influence with regards to, especially with regards to that kind of automation angle that's coming now?
Well, if you look at influence itself on a very basic level, it can be defined simply as the ability to move a person or persons to a desired action, usually within the context of a specific goal. That's the definition, but that's not really the essence of what we would call genuine influence. A genuine influence is really, it's not about pushing your ideas, pushing your will, push it right on others. You never hear people say, wow, that Tom or that Mary, she has so much influence. She has a lot of push with people. No, she's influential. She has a lot of pull with people. And that's what genuine influence really is. It's pull. It's an attraction. Great influencers, genuine influencers attract people first to themselves through who they are, right? And then to their idea. Now, again, this pull manifests itself through the questions you ask, how well you listen and when you ask questions, or, your focus needs, I always say, be internally motivated, but outwardly focused, right? So anything that you do, if you want to be a genuine influencer and the most effective influencer you can be, is to always question yourself, such as, how does what I'm asking this person to do, how does it align with their goals, right? With their needs, their wants, their desires, with their values? How does what I'm asking this person to do, how does what I want this person to do, how does it solve a problem for them? Not for me, for them, okay? How does it move them closer to happiness? And when we ask ourselves these questions thoughtfully, and intentionally, intelligently, genuinely, authentically, not as a way to manipulate another human being into doing our will, but as a way of building everyone in the process, now we've come a lot closer to earning that person's commitment, right? Which is pull, as opposed to depending on some type of compliance, which is push.
I guess it's almost that idea of having social capital in the bank with people and being able to, command that when you need to. But I love the idea, I align quite closely with the idea that it's not about the money. It's about delivering some value to somebody else's life and work commitments that makes their life better because you've been in it. And just knowing that there will be, financial gains will come, but like that, never the reason. It's a symptom of having done what you've done, right?
Yeah.